dog. We were just looking for some rentals in the Phoenix area. And I feel like I need to take a shower now. Some of those houses were like so bad. It was like if I were to open up the screen door, it would turn to dust. Well, good morning. It is Monday, and we are 7 weeks in, or 7 weeks out rather, from the Mr. Arizona competition. And I had a client cancel this morning, so I decided to come out here and do a little bit of trail walking. This is actually right down the street from Lifetime, so it's a short little, probably 7-8 minute walk to this trail. And now I'm just going to spend some time outside getting some sun, and if I'm lucky, I'll see bobcats, coyotes, roadrunners, all kinds of shit out here. It's like a nice little nature trail, and just enjoying some time outside. I was going to listen to some music for a minute, but then I just thought, I'm like, I listen to music all the time. What would be nice, rather, is to just listen to nature. Alright, so look, one of the main reasons why I like to get out in nature is because it's a mild form of like self-isolation. You take yourself out of distractions, although that plane's above me right now, it's a little bit distracting, okay? Aside from that, you put yourself out in nature, it can almost be like a manufactured isolation. And I feel like that in itself right there is one of the best ways to connect with God and just overall take a mental inventory. Just kind of like a health practice, if you will. It's a good source of sun, vitamin D, the fresh air is good for your brain, and it's very expansive for your mind, because a lot of us will just sit there and live in the small cube of our life, whether that be at a desk or whether that be at just even at the same job, same routine, same people you're around every single day, or some of us even work from home. So that can put you in a very small box, and it can make your reality seem very tiny. And with a tiny reality comes a lot of anxieties, because there's a lot of uncertainties, and there's many parts of our mind that try to gravitate towards exploration. And when you take that away from yourself, it makes it very difficult to find happiness. So I definitely believe, in my personal opinion, getting out in nature can be a remedy for a lot of that. It's a good, we'll say, psychiatric medicine, if you will, much rather than taking those pills, potions, and lotions they prescribe to you at the doctors. I definitely believe, all right, I'm not going that way, it's too dark. I definitely believe that getting out in nature can do a lot of good for you. So, if you're finding yourself stuck in your same routines, if you're finding yourself in the same locations day in and day out, I encourage you to get out, in nature, just like I am. Remove the distractions, have a good conversation with God, and open yourself up to being aligned to who you truly are, by taking a mental inventory and maybe discovering some of the things that may be affecting you in your everyday life that you're not aware of because you're, right next to the elephant per se. You can't see the forest for the trees. So get out in nature, even if it's like a 10-minute walk every single day, get some sun on your skin, and just kind of do a little bit of self-exploration. It'll do wonders for your self-development. That's all for today. I'm going to get back. I got to take a shower, and then I also got to get my day started because I haven't had any food yet. So. Well, good morning. It's Wednesday, and the last couple of days I've been feeling like a bag of dicks. I think it's the only way to put my energy levels into perspective. I have been feeling this prep, friends. I think this week definitely hit me harder than most. And what do we do Monday? I think Monday, actually, we went to go see a house. Yeah, I went to go see a house after work that Nagar and I were looking at. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are my long days. So I was there until like, 6 p.m. working. And then I do cardio right after for about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on what day it is. And then we get out of there by like 7 o'clock. So it was a long day. I was so tired yesterday that I almost fell over a few times. I just could not stand up anymore. Like, my energy levels are just like tapped out, dude. And I think it's like the bodybuilding prep itself is not like, it's not that bad. Like, I can go with low food. I can go with the hunger levels. I can go with pretty much the physical pain, all the aspects that come with the bodybuilding. I think for me, it's that I'm on my feet for like 12 hours a day. And so I work out in the morning around like, we'll say 6 o'clock-ish. And then I end my day at 6. So I get finished my workout and I go right into work. I start at about 8 o'clock. I work all day long. I'm emotionally available for people like my clients and my team. I'm constantly using my brain because I'm either sifting through some sort of like programming that I'm doing for clients. I'm communicating constantly, and I have to be like receptive to what people are telling me. You got to be the emotional support for people. And then you're physically moving around on your feet. You're moving people's weights around, and it's like for like 12 hours a day, plus you're in blue light, you're in a high stimulating environment. It's just like all those factors combined, at the end of the day, I literally feel like I'm a zombie. So here we are, 7 weeks out, and we are feeling it, boys. So today I'm driving in separate with the Jeep because Nagar decided she wanted to stay home. She wasn't feeling too well. She's not sick or anything like that. I think it's more of like, womanly things, I was joking around with one of my clients the other day, and I said, what animal can bleed for 7 days and still live? And he's like, what? And I said, a woman. He's like, oh, shit.
Keys to human nature. We humans like to believe that the emotions we experience are simple and pure. We love certain people and hate others. We respect and admire this individual and have nothing but disdain for another. The truth is that this is almost never the case. It is a fundamental fact of human nature that our emotions are almost always ambivalent, rarely pure and simple. We can feel love and hostility at the same time, or admiration and envy. This ambivalence began in our childhood and set the pattern for the rest of our lives.
There is endless wisdom in this book, and this is why I've read this so many times. And listened to, rather. I think you definitely get a different type of stimulus, like when you both read a book and listen to it. I've listened to it and read it simultaneously. I've read it. I've also just listened to it. So having a fair mix of interpretations, I think, can definitely help you. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like getting my mind stirring in the morning with some of this stuff. It's like very heavy in terms of psychology and human nature. It gets me moving. It gets my brain moving. I have a very active mind, so if I don't stimulate it with something complex, I don't know if that's the right word for it. If I don't feed the mind, then it will find its way to destroy me. You guys see like my rants that I go on. I have tangential thoughts, so like sometimes I'll just kind of go off on little riffs and rabbit holes. My mind likes to actively, I feel like it's like, some people have very directive thoughts. Like some people like to think compartmentally. Some people like to think in linearity, so like they like to think in terms of a sequence. I like to try to connect shit, even if it doesn't have any type of connection. And I think this is why like I kind of graduated to coaching and sales, is because it's just like a game to me. Taking money out of the equation, I probably would have done something very similar. So, if not probably the exact thing. You know, I've wrestled with the idea many times of doing things for money, and literally every single time I make money my sole and main prerogative, I get myself into some shit. I get depressed, I get anxious, I get stressed. Not that money's not important. It's a resource. It's necessary. It's what creates commerce. It's what creates, you know, trade and activity, and it's a way you get things in your life, right? However, when money becomes your God and your sole purpose, it can be very lonely. It also can be very frustrating because it's not directly translating to progress sometimes. You know, it's kind of like fitness. If you come to the gym for the sole purpose of just seeing progress and you don't see progress every day, which you won't, you're going to get demoralized and you're going to say, this shit ain't working. Why am I keep doing this? Right? You got to find something that you enjoy and money will follow. You got to enjoy your workout routine and the results follow. So I hope there's a small piece of wisdom that you could take away from this. Or maybe I'm just full of shit. Who knows? That's probably also likely. I don't know. I mean, current state of affairs right now, my carbs are very low. My protein is still up there around 300. Carbs are like fucking sub 150 now. Definitely feeling that. It's crazy because the 90s bodybuilders, they would like zero their carbs out for like fucking 12 weeks. And they got some crazy ass conditioning. It makes me think, should I just like bottom them out? I don't know. I mean, my energy will probably suck ass. But simultaneously, that may make me leaner. I think one thing that's been kind of messing with my head right now is like, my whole body is pretty dense and full, right? And I'm lean. And my abdomen just holds water. I don't know if it's like, I have a little bit of extra sodium in my diet because I have sodium in my amino acids. I have sodium in probably my multivitamins. I have sodium in the hydrate that I use. It's like an electrolyte powder. I'm pretty sure that I have sodium in the mustard that I use for my evening meal. And then, I don't know, maybe there's just a little bit too much sodium in my diet. I have like a light film of water. I think it's also because I'm flat though too, because when I eat a bunch, like I did this on vacation, like when I went, my buddy had a wedding in Mexico, and we stayed at this Hilton called Waldorf Astoria in Cancun, which by the way, fucking fantastic. They have organic food there, like, and it slapped. It was really good. But I just kind of ate and ate and ate when I was there, and I wasn't even that lean, but I started to harden up a lot. My abs started popping through, you know, I filled out like crazy. It was pretty wild to see how my body transformed with just giving it a bunch of food. So I'm wondering if a similar situation will take place with this. I'm wondering if like after I carb up, like I'm going to fill out and get real dense. And, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out. Yep, such is life. So I'm going to go inside now. I got to train some legs. And obviously I'm scruffy as fuck today. I did not shave. I'll tell you what the hardest part to keep up with is, I wouldn't say personal hygiene. I would say personal grooming. I still shower and shit, and I keep my body clean. I just don't have the fucking time to shave sometimes. Guys, I'm burning the tire at both ends here. I don't have time to get shit done sometimes. I'm busy back to back to back to back to back to back, and then I go home and I got shit to do. And then I got to try to take stuff away from my wife because I know she's overwhelmed too some days. All right, time to go inside. Let's go hit these wheels, baby. Sun's coming up. It's blinded me. I will see you guys in a bit. Dog. We were just looking for some rentals in the Phoenix area. And I feel like I need to take a shower now. Like some of those houses were like so bad. It was like if I were to open up the screen door, it would turn to dust. Some of them have not been updated, I don't think, ever since they bought the house in like 1979.
Yeah, for $100K.
Yeah, for $100K. Now they're renting it out for fucking $3,000.
Dude, I'm pretty sure one of those homes, they bought it for $200K, and it said that the value went up over 100%.
Yeah.
That house is worth like $5,500 right now.
And it looks like shit right now. Need to take out some equity and remodel that motherfucker. They're gonna rent it out. Shit, looks like I felt unsafe in that house. Like you know, we're trying to look at something, we're trying to choose because we're looking at rentals right now. We got to choose based on a criteria that I like to think of as your quality of life. Not about just convenience, the money it costs, you know, the location, but like the quality of life of when you're in the home itself. Like when you're going to be there, are there a bunch of things that like are about to fall apart? Is there a bunch of shit that's old, right? Like say you use the stove a lot. Do they have a good stove or is it a shitty stove, right? Do you use the appliances? Right? Like, do you use filtered water? Because that's important in Arizona. Well, they don't have a spigot. Well, fuck. We can drink out of the tap. You know, or get bottled water again. Like we used to spend $1,000 a month or some bullshit on water.
Yeah. It was 400.
400, whatever. It's like you got to think about the quality of life things bring. You know, like if the house itself isn't going to support your day-to-day life, it doesn't matter about the price anymore. Like it's not even a factor of that. And if it's shitty, why the fuck would you stay there? It's just dumb. You couldn't pay me to stay there. Like everything that I use is compromised from a day-to-day basis. So we have to find something that fits all those boxes. So the hunt continues. The hunt continues. And we will continue to search until we find something that checks our boxes and doesn't make us feel like we're going to be on an episode of Cops. And, you know, I think I reserve the right to say those sort of things, too, because growing up in poverty myself, I know what it's like when a neighborhood just has that fucking vibe to it, you know? Like when cars are breaking down because people are so poor they can't afford to fix them, and so they're pushing them out of the side of the road and they're blocking traffic, you know? A bunch of fucking pool toys in people's yards even though they don't have a pool. Like, what? There's like garbage and shit sitting around. You could tell people don't take care of anything. It's like, it just goes to paint the picture of the psychology in that general neighborhood. And I'm like, do you want to be around that every single day? And how will that influence you as an individual? And this has nothing to do with money or the value of these people's lives. It's just, what do you want to put yourself in terms of circumstances? Like, what do you want to be fed into your brain every day? You know? I can tell you that the grass is a lot greener on the other side when you get out of those situations. Okay? And you're not eager to go back to them. So that being said, Phoenix definitely felt pretty ghetto. And it's definitely probably not an area that I wanted to live in. At least the areas we've seen. Maybe there's some nice areas. I don't know. But the areas we've seen for rentals, you couldn't pay me to live there. So, yeah.
How about you drink some water?
Yeah, my mouth is so fucking dry right now.
Thank you.
Yep. man, today is kicking my ass. I don't know if you can hear that behind me, but they have a dance class that's conveniently positioned right behind my office. And that shit is so irritating. Luckily, this is about half the volume it used to be, which is insane. That being said, I am barely making it through the day. I already had an energy drink, and which has 200 milligrams caffeine, plus my pre-workout this morning, and I'm highly considering having this, which one of my trainers gave me. It's basically like honey, sea salt, Madagascar cinnamon, and then natural caffeine. So it has 100 milligrams of caffeine. The only problem is about 17 grams of carbs, which I'm going to be eating as extra. But, brother, I think I fucking need it. I am dying today. And I have a long day. I got to be here till 6 p.m. I've literally considered moving some of my clients. Well, I already moved one of my clients today. I'm considering moving another one of my clients, my evening client, from 5 p.m. over to Friday at 5 p.m. and just coming in a little bit later because I am fucking smoked, y'all. I can't do it. I am just so beat. They say the worse you look, or no, see, my brain's not working. The worse you feel, the better you look. Let's hope that's the case, because I am fucking rocked. All right, I'm going to try to finish up my day here. I got some emails I'm sending out, some admins to do. I have a client coming in about 10 minutes. I'm going to fucking go to the bathroom and put a shotgun to my forehead if I got to keep listening to this fucking this shit right now. But yeah, we're chugging along here. And my day's going to end at like 6 o'clock today. I don't know. I may have to push off my last client to get some cardio in today because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do cardio at 6. After today, I think it's going to be a long one. All right, friends. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to go bang my head against the wall. Come here. Come here. What are you doing out here, huh? My little prisoner? Better get back inside. Get back in your jail. I'm super sweaty. Let me take these headphones out because it's like, you know when you have the noise canceling headphones in and you're not really sure how loud you're talking and you're screaming? Yeah, that's probably what was going on just now. Anyway, I am done with cardio. It is a Saturday at 6 p.m. and I'm at the gym. That is a very rare occasion. 6 p.m. I'm usually sitting on my ass at home. Actually, no. Yeah, on Saturday, definitely. I'm sitting my ass at home doing nothing. You know, probably fucking watching a TV show with my wife, playing some video games, reading a book, or aggressively contemplating life. That's probably one of the activities I'm doing on a Saturday night at 6 p.m. So, yeah. But I'm working out because I'm 6 weeks out and I feel like I needed to do it today. I missed hamstrings this week, so I need to get in and do that. And I also need to hit cardio today because I'm not going to slack on my cardio. I've been skipping here and there. Doing an experiment, rather, because I feel like what I've been doing is doing too much cardio on some days and eating very little. And I've noticed I've been like collecting some inflammation that is just not flushing, which basically means my body looks a little bit watery. And then when I take out the cardio one day, I'll harden back up and that water will get flushed out. And I think I just might have too much activity because, you know, I'm standing on my feet for like 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus I'm working out first thing in the morning, and then I'm doing cardio in the evening once I'm done with work. So, I've been just experimenting around. I also had like a little cheat meal yesterday, and it did definitely filled me out. But I will say that it made me feel like shit. And by cheat meal, I mean, I just had a burger and fries. I didn't go crazy. But I'm going to stick with my own food and just increase my carb portions. I think that's what I'm going to do next. I was talking to Greg a little bit, and he was talking about carb cycling and just trying to see if you could fill out. And I just wanted to see what would happen. So, honestly, I'm just kind of taking it day by day and seeing where I get. So, yeah, your boy is tired. Your boy's tired. And my wife complains at me every day that I make complaints. She's like, "You're always fucking complaining. You know, you're always fucking complaining. You're doing this to yourself." And I'm like, "Woman, if you felt a fraction of the fatigue I felt, you would be in the hospital. You would be crying your little heart away." And I say that with respect. Like, my wife is tough as nails, but she makes it known when she's in discomfort, you know, for certain. And yeah. I need to go to Whole Foods now. What have you been craving? A knuckle sandwich minus the bread?
I know. Should we get a little bit of oat milk?
No. Oats don't have tits. Where the hell is it coming from?
I want to put it in my shake. Should I put regular milk in there?
Yeah, don't use oat milk. That shit fucking nasty, brah.
I feel like it would be weird with regular milk, but I guess I can try.
Alright, how about I let you go, because I'm in the Whole Foods parking lot right now. And
okay, bye.
Alright, I love you. I'll talk to you later. See you later. Bye.
Why do you sound like that? Are you on the fucking camera?
I'm just fucking tired.
Bullshit. Bye.
Also, I just picked up the camera. I'm going to film a clip real quick. The fuck are you doing, son?
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye. Alright, there we go. Backing her in. At Whole Foods parking lot, and you see, right there, Whole Foods. I need to go inside, get our groceries, and then I am going to be heading home for the day. So, yeah, I'm going to end this vlog here. Okay, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. I got these old people like standing in front of my fucking car right now. What are you doing, lady? Fuck out of here. Don't stop and... I don't know. I'm not going to be a dick. Sometimes I could be a dick when I'm tired and I'm hungry. It's very strange. You meet me in person, you're like, man, that's the most respectful, articulate dude I've ever met in my entire life. You know? And then you see the other side of me when I'm hungry and impatient. And I turn into a fucking caveman. Anyway, you're gonna go get some food and see where the day takes me. It's probably gonna take me back to my laptop, where I'm gonna edit some videos, or I downloaded this Game Boy Advanced emulator on my my phone, and it is fascinating. It's called Lucky Emulator. And you download all these little emulators, yeah, download all these little games and shit, and then you could play them and reminisce and live in nostalgia, like when you were a young kid. I remember I used to try to pretend I was sick to stay home from school, and I would like hide my Game Boy like underneath my pillow, and then I would pull my covers over, and I would fake a cough. Can't go to school, sorry. And then I'm pretty sure my mom wouldn't even call half the time, so I would just get like unexcused absence or something. And then I would sit there and I would play my little Game Boy. And it's when the light came on, and they had a backlight. It had this little button on it. I think it was called an SP or something. It was like a Game Boy where you flip it, and you could like play it underneath the covers. And like I would just turn on the volume so nobody can hear me. And man, those were the times, you know. That goes back to my more introverted side where I'm just like, you know, I just don't need anybody here right now. Actually, I don't need to talk to a single soul. I need nobody. I just need my own thoughts and maybe a video game and an area to sit in peace. Yeah. So, the many dimensions of Gino. All right, this is getting weird. So I'm just going to end the vlog here and go in Whole Foods before I get my little butt beat. And then my wife's going to call me again and start screaming at me because I'm late. It's 114 degrees, and it is 6:30 p.m. right now. I love it. I love it! If you don't like the heat, don't move to Arizona. More heat for me. All right, see ya. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.